everybody. Welcome to Who Woulda Thought, episode 3. This is our part 2 discussion about friends. How many of us have them? A lot of us. Okay. I was about to go like old school. Is Houdini from New York?
I don't know.
You don't know? Okay. Because I was going to ask you what borough, but obviously we don't even know if they're from the state. So, okay. We'll research that at another later time. All right, so we are going to delve a little bit deeper into some of our friendship conversation that we started on our last episode.
Yeah.
So we talked about what's a good friend, what's a bad friend, a little bit about experience if we're going to be team no new friends or team I'm recruiting friends. I think we both decided we're not really recruiting right now. We're good.
I'm never recruiting.
We're good where we're at. We're not hiring.
But,
we're fully staffed.
But if it happens.
It happens. Okay.
It happens.
Yes. In our last episode, you talked a little bit about how you have some friends that are friends with each other as well.
Mm-hmm.
Is it necessary? Like, are you the type that wants all or needs all of your friends to be friends with each other? Or do you not care if you have people that kind of dislike each other? How do you feel about that?
It doesn't really bother me just because, like, not everybody's personality is going to work well with everybody. Sure. And sometimes some of your friends see other things in some of your friends that you can't see. So it's like it's always nice to have like a different perspective.
What do you do with that though? What do you do when another one of your friends is saying, "Girl, she is not the one. She's not a good friend."
You know what? It's oddly enough, a lot of us, if there's somebody that has come around all of us and we feel like it's not the right one, we've all kind of felt the same way. It's never been like, you're my friend. I don't like, or whatever.
Yeah.
Like, I have been in a space where, like, I have friends from, like, childhood, college, adulthood, and, I could bring them in all in one because, AKA the Aguilar household, bring them, everybody all together.
It's a whole party.
And sometimes not everybody, is vibing with that person, or they'll ask questions, be like, I think that person, whatever. But I think that's like natural human behavior. But this time it's just different because people separately, you know what I mean? But not everybody's for everybody.
Right.
But I also went on a trip to Trinidad, like, with 5 friends, and I may have one-on-one personally gone away with each person individually, but as a whole, it wasn't like one of the best, my first true authentic girl trip, but it was like the best trip that I went on. We had an amazing time because like we just a bunch of cool people.
Yeah. I've only been on one girl's trip in my entire life, and my mother-in-law was there, so.
She's still a girl.
She is a girl. She is a fun time. There's no lies about that one.
Yeah.
But I do want to do one. Like, I want to do an authentic one, and I want it to be out of the country.
Maybe for my birthday next year?
Yes, where we going?
I don't know. I'm still thinking of it.
Okay, let's just make it Caribbean of some sort. I'm
Absolutely.
here for that. I do regret the fact that I'm not closer with a lot of my childhood friends. Like, we talk in like passing, but my closest relationships are not with the people I grew up with. And that sometimes bothers me. Now, I know, like, some of that is due to just me going through a time when I was in college of just, having to learn who I am, really acknowledge and recognize like the flaws I had as a friend. But I do regret that. And then everybody just kind of has like their own thing going on. Like, I had a friend that, she had a situation where like religiously, she didn't feel connected to us anymore, and she kind of like distanced herself. And then for other friends, it's like space and time, or just like, your new life circumstances, friends, husbands is just, a little bit different than how we used to kick it, and they can't merge with your new life and situation. So that does make me sad sometimes. Now, of course, there's no beef. When we see each other, it's still all love, but it's not that closeness that I thought we were going to have when we were in middle and high school and we were thinking about our future. You know what I mean? So that part does make me a little bit sad. But, it is what it is.
So basically, I guess, being that you're not as close with friends that you grew up with, what if those friends became friends with people you don't like?
That has happened actually in some capacity. Be
And
like,
they
you
tight-
friends
and they
with
tight.
her?
And they
Yeah, yeah. I mean, there's not really much I can do but just, be a hater from afar. And that's not really productive. So, I would just be like, what, whatever, like y'all live your best life. But I really do not like when my friends are friends with people I don't like. That is a pet peeve of mine. That grinds my gears. In fact, I don't even like it when my brothers try to be friends with people I don't like. Mm-hmm. If they are cordial, like don't be cordial with no exes of mine. Like, are you serious with me? Like, where's your loyalty? I have threatened to unbrother brothers due to talking to people that I do not like or talk to anymore.
I definitely have acquaintances that are friends with people that I don't like, or people that I don't like, or let me per se that they don't like me, yeah. And I'm like, that's why we're acquaintances.
Okay, shady boots.
I'm just saying.
I just think, I don't do that, and I will say, with the exception of like one or two people, I'm pretty good at following suit as well. Like, if you, as my friend, don't like somebody or they're wronged you in some way, and I really do love and care about you, like, it's just like somebody who, like, I have a cousin who's wronged my mother. Mm-hmm. Like, girl, like, now, she went all wrong, but that's my mom. And if my mom says she's not rocking with you, I'm not rocking with you. There's no question about it.
That's a different line. You don't like my mother, that means you don't like me.
That's what I'm saying.
You don't like my mother, that means you don't like me.
Now, granted, Sabrina and I are quite different. So It would be easy to not like Sabrina and like me. However, that's my mother. I'm rocking with her and I'm standing with her. So I kind of feel the same type of way about, friends. Because again, my friends are not friends, they're family. Like, all I know is family. I don't really know. I don't know how to 100% do the work it takes to be a friend. And I feel like people have so many different expectations of friends. Mm-hmm. But when you think about it, like when you have a sister or a brother or mom or dad and family, you don't have expectation for family. Mm-hmm. There's nothing you expect for them to do a certain way that if they don't do it, you get mad about. But for some reason, we put these unrealistic expectations on what we expect friends to do. And I just feel like it's wild. Like, it's not fair.
I agree.
And it ends up adding pressure to an unnecessary situation. And then you feel like you can't win. You know what I mean? So that's why I prefer to not have friends. I prefer family and everybody else. Because it's just very complicated. But yeah, if I don't like them, you don't like them. You don't say hey to them. Don't wave.
No, don't look that.
Don't say God bless you. None of that.
Don't say God bless you. Let them.
Just let them sneeze. They'll be all right. God will bless them. You ain't gotta.
Public. If I am with Quinn and she tell me she don't like you, I'm gonna say, hey, she don't like you. This is why we're not talking to you. See, I'm
fine with that.
I'm not the friend that you want, because I'm gonna let you know.
I'm fine.
My honesty is gonna be like, she don't like you.
I don't have a problem with that.
Stop saying hi to. Or I'm that friend that I would say to you, I dare you to say hi, because you're so nice. You be like, oh hey, I'm like, shut your mouth. Keep your mouth shut. You don't like them. What are you saying hi for?
It's only a select few people too that like it's something about their face and their spirit.
There you go.
And not necessarily in that order. Sometimes it's their spirit and their face. But the bottom line is it's something that just has me be like, nope. Mm-mm. And I don't feel like that very often. So I feel like that very often. I feel like I want my friends, my family, my husband, my baby. Everybody need to respect that, okay? Mm-hmm. I don't care if you like her. I don't care if you like her shoes. I don't care if you think she cool. I don't care if you like her husband. We not speaking to them, okay?
Have you ever seen somebody be like, I want them to be my friend?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I have. So because some people have positive energy. Uh-huh. And you just like their vibe and their aura, and you're like, she seems like a really good friend. Or you watch their interactions with other friends.
I did that to 2 people in my life.
Oh. Are you still friends with them now?
One.
So sometimes it's not. Well, I feel like what you want in a friend is different when you're younger versus when you get older. Because when you're younger, you want somebody who's lit, who's popping, who's out here, who's a good time. When you get older, you want
the terms that I used growing up. Just so you know.
What you use?
It wasn't lit and popping. It's out there.
Popping wasn't a thing back then. No. Okay. Sorry. That feels like 90s, early 2000s. Poppin'?
I guess. Oh no, we would be like, oh, that's popping. That's different. We were not looking at somebody like, oh, they popping. No.
Oh, okay.
Ooh, that makes me feel. Am I
Poppin'
telling my
lit.
age?
Maybe.
Dang, girl.
Just saying. I'm one to judge, okay?
Yes, we know.
I'm already pushing 50, so there's that.
50? If you pushing 50, what am I pushing? Well, hello?
You pushing P. I'm just kidding.
Wow.
Age is a whole other thing. Well, speaking of age, what's your age group of your friend group? Like, how old are your friends typically? Younger, older, your same age?
I don't have that many people that are younger than me that are my friends. I probably maybe have like 5.
Why? Is there a reason why, or is it just...
Up north, because working in corporate is not the same diversity dynamic. So those girls that were younger than me were not the same as me. I wasn't like their cup of tea.
Got it.
Here I've made a couple of people friends with a couple of people that are younger than me, so it's like way different. Everybody here is just homey, like homebody type of. When I say homey, like a home feel. The South. Welcome to the South. But I want to say majority of my friends are my age, up all the way up until 65, maybe.
Same, and especially because I just feel like they have so much more wisdom, and they just carry themselves different. You know, I don't have to worry about fighting.
I never had to worry about fighting. I just kind of feel
attacked,
like
being yelled at, cursed out. Like, they're not gonna really be tripping over the small.
No holds bars. It's like, hey, girl.
Yes.
Did you see? Yes.
Yeah.
That's what.
And you can learn a lot, and they're just a good time. I think, like I said, honestly, my friends that are 45, 50 and up, they have way more life fun than I do. They be at the Usher concert, they be in Vegas, they be in California, they be overseas, out of the country, they be in the Caribbean, they be living their best lives.
As they should.
So
it's gonna be us in like, in 6 months.
Yeah, that'll be
God
us
willing.
in 6 months when we retire. Whew, praise the Lord. But yeah, so it's just a different vibe. So I appreciate like an older, experienced friend as well. I do have some younger friends, but I don't really know how to have younger friends because when they're younger than me, I just end up being their big sister / mother. It's just the role I take.
I haven't gotten there yet.
Yeah.
Even though I'm a little bit older than you.
Yeah.
No one has come to me and be like, big sister, I
Aww.
see. What are you saying? Awful.
No, I'm saying that's sweet that hasn't happened to you. I'm just saying.
I'm okay with that though.
Yeah, I do. I feel like people, like the younger friends that I have, and I don't even know if I would call them friends, but the younger people I have in my life that I have a friend relationship with, it's kind of like you can tell they like respect me as like,
you trying to say they don't respect me? They don't respect me.
No, I think it's how you encounter them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like how you meet them.
That's true.
If I would have met them out and about or at work or whatever, because it would probably be different. But it's just, I don't know, it's just a little different. So, I don't know. But I like young friends too. But we're not accepting no new applications. We're done. We're full over here.
We're full.
What about work friends? How do we feel about work friends?
Work friends is definitely different. I want to say the work friends in education are like, it's all family. We're like, we're embedded. We're like
locked in
differently. Versus when I was working in corporate, it was just kind of like, it's like I see you when we at work. When we not at work, I don't see you. It's only like a handful of people who will check for me as much as I check for them. But then I have to also think about the dynamics of, we were all trying to make a name for ourselves. You know what I mean? And New York, it's like if you're in New York, we still on the same pace. When you're not in New York, you're not on the same pace, so you're just definitely out of the loop. Like you have to be, because it changes all the time. So it's just kind of like, it's different. Definitely different. But here in the South is like a definition of family. Like, I'm not saying that New York ain't either.
I just said all.
Yeah, look at you.
Okay.
North versus South.
Just saying.
Whatever.
We are big on family here.
Yes, absolutely.
And some of my closest friends have started at work.
Mm-hmm.
So work friends are a thing. I think you just have to determine when and how a work friendship and if a work friendship can transcend from work to personal. Because every friend that I have at work is not a friend that I have and I hang out with.
Oh,
personally.
absolutely not. And trust me.
It's just not. You know,
some of them work people, I'm like, you know what, stay at work.
Yeah, because out of that element, they're different people, and it's just like it doesn't always gel with your personal life outside of work. So,
and that's the other thing too. Like, people just have all kinds of differentiators. Like, they put on one mask and one. Like, I need to learn that, because it's like with me, it's like this is what you're gonna get.
No,
24/7.
So it's
Inside,
a little
outside.
thing. It's called code switching, right?
But
And
code
so-
switching for us, well, for me before my past, was how I spoke. Right? So, and this could be a whole, this is going to segue into our next episode when we talk about jobs and all these other things. But code switching is pretty much was like how I looked my appearance. Do you think I could have locks when I started out corporate America? I had somebody like legitimately was talking to me about my appearance when I was working. Yes. And it was just kind of like
wow. I hope it's better now.
Absolutely. No one says a thing to me. Everybody just like, oh, you from New York. Oh, you're fly. Like, yeah, I know.
Oh.
That's it.
Yeah, I had a friend I was talking to the other day too. She's interested in becoming moving up the ladder in education, and she has locks. And so there have been people who have made her feel a little self-conscious about it. And
really? I want to say this. I absolutely feel free.
That's wonderful.
I do.
I feel a difference, and I have no intentions on locking or anything, but I even feel a difference with how I feel now that I started wearing my hair natural. So like, this is a month. I'm a month in, but like just, wearing my hair in twist outs and braid outs and not bone straight. Even when I did wear it, I had it straight this week, it wasn't bone straight. It was a little poofy and it had a little bit more life to it. Yeah. And I'm not used to that though, because it drove me crazy for a while. The fact that it was just so puffy. I'm so used to going and getting me a good Dominican blowout and a press, because I'm used to it being bone straight. And so it's been a transition for me, but I can relate a little bit to how you feel, because it does feel so freeing to just be able to wake up, and it doesn't matter if it's humid outside. It doesn't matter if it's drizzling outside. Like, I don't worry about what's going to happen to my hair when it's like this. I just go. And then I appreciate the representation that I show my daughter when that happens as well. So I agree with you. It is freeing. But yeah, so we are segue at the end. I think the last question that I want to end with our segment about friendship is, describe what you feel is the work it takes to show up and be an intentional friend.
I don't feel like it's work to be an intentional friend. I feel like you have to be intentional, period, as a person. So if you do everything with intention, that's just what it is. So with my friends circle, and you could, whether you could attest to this or not, it's just like, you need me, I'm here. You don't need, I'm still here. So I just feel like, I don't feel like it's work. I don't feel like it ever should be work. I think that, again, for me, it's always honesty is the best policy. So being honest, if you could, and only pour from the cup you can pour from. I can't pour into you when my cup is empty. And then as a friend, you have to understand that, okay, her cup not full. And
give grace.
And give grace. Yep. What about you?
I feel the same way. I think being that my love language is so much acts of service, like when I think about being an intentional friend, I just want to be there. I want to be there when my friend needs me. But then just making sure to change my brain into remembering that being there can look different. Sometimes being there is like, girl, you're struggling, you're going through something. Let me sing you this song because when I heard it, I thought about you. You know what I mean? To kind of try to pick your mood up. Or being there could be like, you know, hey, can you pick Rylan up from daycare today? Because, you know, I need help, you know, in that capacity. So I just want to be able to be there. And I think that's the reason why I keep friends so minimum, because I want to be able to be a good friend to a few rather than a halfway decent friend to a lot, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
I feel like quality matters over quantity
Absolutely.
at this point in my life. Whereas when I was younger, I felt like it was better to have more friends. But then when I realized I wasn't really showing up the way I needed to as a friend, it made me adjust my approach. So
That was
that's
good.
it. It was a little therapeutic. I feel like I said some things I was like feeling.
The Friends is a deep topic.
It is. We can go
On
like,
and on
we
forever.
can do part 3 and 4 and 5 and
But
6.
we're not.
But we're not. We're going to end it here. Make sure you guys let us know your thoughts and your comments. Of course, like and subscribe. And then we did our small business shout out. We want to make sure that we get some more small businesses in. So please make sure that you shout out and send us names of any small businesses that you can think of that we can shout out and send some business their way. Until next time.
Peace.